Today's My Thoughts Monday is brought to you by GymAware, the leading tool when measuring performance in the weight room. Guys, VBT is all the craze right now. It's a hot, sexy topic, although it's something that's been around for a while. And the man who wrote the book on velocity-based training, Brian Mann, has called the GymAware the Rolls Royce when it comes to velocity measuring devices. Guys, the ability for you to shoot all your information right up into the cloud and store it right away is enough for me right there to make sure that this is something that I had in my weight room. Putting things together with instant feedback as to how the reps are being performed. On top of that, with the x-axis correction, so you don't have to necessarily worry about direct positioning when you're performing the exercises. Tying that in with the visualization of everything and the ability to allow the athletes to compete. Make this an absolutely stellar tool and something I couldn't recommend you having in your weight room enough. Hop on over to kinetic.com.au today and see everything that they have to offer. Hey everybody, if you enjoy the podcast and the content it provides, be sure to hop over and check out the community. The community is an exclusive members website that is just an extension of what we do here in July at the Central Virginia Sport Performance Seminar. What it is a combination of video lectures, a coach's corner with your Monday morning take-home information, and a forum where you can talk about anything and everything related to the field of strength and conditioning. In the community, you'll find content added each month from some of the top practitioners in the world, ranging from PhDs to high-level coaches, bringing you exactly what they're doing with their athletes or their research at the present moment. On top of that, an additional discussion by coaches bringing you that Monday morning information, things that you can add to your training program right away. Tying that in with the opportunity to discuss with coaches around the world in the forum on anything and everything from the topics addressed in these presentations to whatever you're seeing in your daily life as a coach. If this sounds like the right thing for you and your staff, go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and try it out for 48 hours for just $1. If you like it, you're signed up, ready to roll, and you're jumping into all the great content added each month. If not, feel free to go ahead and cancel at any time. No questions asked. We're really excited about what we're building in the community and hope you are too. Go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and check it out today. Hey, what's happening, everybody? DeMayo coming at you for this week's... Hey, what's happening, everybody? DeMayo here coming at you with this week's My Thoughts Monday. As we start to have the semesters winding down here and we start to enter all of those non-reportable hour periods and even enter into periods where the student athletes may not be on campus and we start to get a little bit of a break. You know, one thing that people like to throw around a lot is, having that me time, having that recharge time, having that time where you can escape and just kind of relax and get away from, the everyday hustle and bustle that it is being a strength and conditioning coach. Well, in a profession like ours, where, there is a very large demand on time and effort and kind of an exuding pride by those of us in the field to commit to those hours and to commit to the consistent pursuit of continuing education, so that we always are bettering ourselves for the student athletes that we work with. I think even more so, when we're talking about those resets or those times where we can recharge, I think even more so than having these larger ones where we're looking at, bi or triannual escapes, I think that we need to start talking and thinking more about weekly and daily time for coaches when we can just kind of escape and hide and really just recharge and let our minds kind of go away from the quote grind that we are involved in on the regular basis. It's pretty cool to see how many coaches are really taking that to heart too. When they're posting things on social media where they're sitting there and showing, leaving the weight room to go for a walk or doing things, whether it be with their family or their staff or by themselves, where they're out hiking and exploring and doing things of that nature, where you're allowing yourself to get away, escape, and just kind of let your mind go and let the hustle and the bustle kind of be behind you for a little bit. I'm obviously being the pot calling the kettle black in this situation, where it's something that I definitely don't do enough of, and it's something that I'm definitely going to try to improve upon, more so once I'm off these freaking crutches and can actually really walk around again. Two things for me that are my escapes, because you see people posting them all over the place. So I figured I would share those with you guys, because I think that all too often too, people think that these escapes need to be something that is like elaborate, or need to be something that, you go somewhere or do something or whatever. My weekly escape, which I'm actually just finished running my Sunday morning errands and I'm heading back home right now to go do, is to sit out on my back patio, have a cup of coffee, and turn a sprinkler on and water my backyard. I don't know why, I don't know how, and to be completely honest, I really don't give a shit. But that is by far and away one of the most calming experiences that I go through in the week. Just to sit out there as the sprinkler goes and to sip on a cup of coffee. I don't know why, I don't care. It's just sitting there in a Cape Cod chair, sipping on a cup of coffee, not worrying about anything, and just allowing that time to just sit there and listen and watch and relax, has truly been an absolute savior for me on Sunday and during these crazy weeks and these crazy times. My daily, there's a park that is actually right by the institution that I work at. That's a 3/4 mile track around it. Track, air quotes again. It's just literally just been worn out, so it looks like a track, but it's just kind of like a nature reserve area where I take my dog and we walk 4 laps. It takes about a half hour. I put my earbuds in. 99 times out of 100, there's nothing playing in them. It is literally a ball screen for me to not be bothered and just to be able to walk around with my dog and breathe the air and just let my mind turn off. 2 birds, 1 stone, I guess. Low-end conditioning is always a great thing. 3 birds, actually. Free vitamin D and just that release, just getting out of the basement, getting out of the weight room, getting outside, not hearing the hustle and bustle of what we do every day, and having that little quiet escape time mentally has saved me, I think, and it's allowed me to come back for afternoon sessions and be way more fresh and way more invigorated and way more into it. So, I'm sure that there's young coaches listening to this and they're like, man, whatever, dude, I can grind all day. Doesn't matter, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. I can do this, I can do that. And let me tell you something. I was a dumb shit like that one time too. And I did it. There's a lot of us who were, the dumb guys that did that and thought we were untouchable and unbreakable and that we could grind 5 days a week like that, and pull those legitimate 80, 90-hour weeks without stopping. We've all done it. It's cool, especially when you're young and there's that pride factor in it. But when you start to get old and frail and, a little fat like some of us have, having that escape and knowing that there needs to be a time and a place to get away and let yourself recharge is going to save you in the long run. So for all the young coaches out there, find your escape. Find it sooner than later. And find a healthy one that, isn't going to drag you down. For all the coaches who have found one, do me a favor, share it. Make sure people know. We talk about needing to give back and pay forward and all this, that, and the other thing. But how about we help coaches when it comes to having a different idea, or maybe even your idea might not be what they would want to do, but having your idea out there in the open may spark someone to try something completely different to allow them to increase their mental health by having a greater recharge. So, share it, pass it on, let people know what you're doing with it, because you could actually help people in a way that even is better than sharing what your programs are in the long run. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you took something from it. Please pass it along. And as always, we'll be back next week with another My Thoughts Monday. Appreciate everything you guys do for us here at Central Virginia Sport Performance. Have an awesome week. We'll see you next time.